I can't see your name. But anyway.
Jumping into our top stories, the Abu Dhabi travel rules changed drastically overnight. So if you're a citizen or a resident of Abu Dhabi returning from abroad, this information concerns you. The new rules come into effect today, announced yesterday, into effect today. If you're traveling from a green list country, you're still in the clear. There's no need to quarantine on arrival, but you must take a PCR test upon arrival and on day 6. Now, non-vaccinated individuals who are also coming from green countries are also exempt from quarantine, but must take a PCR test on arrival, day 6 and day 12. Now, the information concerns people traveling from other destinations. Vaccinated individuals must quarantine for 7 days, a PCR test on arrival on day 6. Those who have not been vaccinated and arriving from other destinations must quarantine for 12 days, take a PCR test upon arrival, and again on day 11. So, mixed bag depending on where you're coming from, if you've been vaccinated or not. But it's changed overnight again. I feel like every single day we're like, oh, it's changed again. So keep on top of wherever you're traveling to or from. Check always with the authorities because, as you know, things can change.
That is a long time to quarantine, 12 days. Just get vaccinated.
How many quarantines have you done just in terms of like 12 days and things? I feel like you've done a good few.
Yeah, this year I have. So I did, I think 10 days in the beginning of the year, then 14 days when I got COVID, then in India like 3 weeks, over here 10 days. So like almost a month and a half of quarantine.
Wow, you've had a lot of time to think. That is so much.
Yeah, what about you?
I think once when I got COVID, obviously, that was in the UK. Yeah. And then I remember once I came into contact with someone, but then it turns out they had got a false positive, so it was only like a few days.
And you went and got tested that day itself?
I got tested that day as well, and then it turns out that they got retested and it was negative, so...
Yeah. Oh my God, I remember that day.
I think that's it, right?
Everyone was just like in panic mode in the office, and everyone was like, shush, and you're like, Simran, you'll get to know something soon. I'm like, okay.
Because it was that was at the very beginning when it was like cases were popping up and maybe you heard of someone, and it was like as soon as one person in the office would have it, like the office would be just locked down, people would head home. Thankfully that's kind of that seems to have disappeared. Guys, maximum quarantine for you?
I think I did it
twice, like the full 10 to 14 days?
Yeah, twice. One was beginning of 2021.
Yeah.
With everyone here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did we do a full office one?
Yeah, when you weren't here, when you were in the UK.
Yes.
Yeah, I missed it.
In January, that was back in January, and then I think one in 2020.
2020.
Yeah, 2020.
You win.
I think. But guys, let us know if you guys have had a long quarantine period. You want to know who's had the most?
Well, it's just interesting because I think some people, it's because it all depends on who you've met. Maybe you get COVID once, but if people in your family or your household, or if you're in an office situation and you've been unfortunate, then you could essentially be quarantining the whole year. But you've had quite a serious amount of stretch, Simran.
Oh my God, yes. Never again. I am not traveling because of the phobia of quarantine.